Hello from the BluCab Cafe. It's August 28th, and I need to put a video up, an information video. Um, the protocol here in Davao is that no mask, no face shield, no QR code, no entry. And we at the BluCab strictly enforce that. We appreciate all who come up to the entrance of our place wearing your face mask and having your face shield. And you will be reminded, as you are cleared by the person checking your QR code, and after you have your temperature checked, that you are to have your shield and face mask on every time you get up to go to that counter. Every time you get up off your table, you are to have your face mask on. We give you a little leeway. You don't have to have your shield on walking around, but for those of you that do have it on when you're going to the CR or wash station or coming out, well, it's a little extra. It's appreciated. Now, you would be surprised the amount of people, well, maybe you wouldn't be, I don't know, but the amount of people, the problem that we have had, it's a daily battle with people's attitude. You know, just to get them to wear their face mask properly. I didn't know that there's another virus around. Yeah, you didn't know that? It's called chinitis. Yeah, that's where you see people, they have that, chinitis. So after reminding people to put it on right, and after telling people, a lot of them they don't have a shield. We have them, but I don't like the idea of selling them because I think we're just doing that on purpose to sell them, which, I don't need that. So we have a neighbor down there, two on either side of us that sell them, and I'll send them there first. And they get their shield, and then there's double-sided tape on those shields, and so I had to instruct them to take it off because they can't see. So as soon as they get in, up the shield goes on top of the head. And we have to go chasing them and tell them to please put your shield on at the counter. It really causes a lot of stress. And, we're restricted on the amount of people that we're allowed to have in the eatery right now to 22 people. It used to be, that's only 20% of what we were of our capacity. And my boy, he's 16 down there, and he's running around constantly telling people to put their face mask on and shield when they get up off their table. Mostly their face mask. You don't realize this Delta variant that's here in Davao now, it's here. They tell you the numbers, but you can times 3 or 4 of that, is extremely contagious. Extremely. If somebody catches that variant of COVID-19, they produce 1,200 times more virus than what they got. The body turns into a factory, and every time you breathe this out, 1,200 times more, and it is so contagious. So we are running at heightened alert here, and I'll tell you the reason why. Just a stone throw away from where we're located, on the corner of Monteverde and Alvarez Street, right on the other side of our neighbor, the BFP, Bureau of Fire Protection, is the Davao Health Center, where they're testing for COVID-19. And across the street from there, where we can see this place, is Magsaysay Park, where they're also testing. So we are at ground zero, folks. Ground zero. 2 COVID-19 test centers. And I don't know how many people we get from those centers coming here for lunch. I have no way to know. I have no way to know. And the saving grace, I feel, for our place, outside of our strictness in protocol, is that we have 4 18-inch size industrial fans that are going at full blast. Full blast. Like sometimes you see people and their hair is blown off the side. It's not that bad. But, the ventilation is key. So if somebody, you can imagine somebody coming in asymptomatic, they don't know they have it. They just came from the test center or walked in off the asymptomatic. You're producing 1,200 times viral load. If I didn't have that ventilation, we would have been closed months ago. I'm sure somebody would have been infected in here. But because we got those fans that dissipate that viral load extremely quickly, spread it out, we haven't had an incident. None of us. So it's a lot of work. It's a lot of stress. We're all stressed out. We put up with people's attitude daily. And, after 18 months, it's really, really starting to wear on everybody here. We take a day off on Sunday, and we're just zonked. We just lay out all day and just let our minds be clear, and it's really something else. And the amount of people that we get that just walk away. Us being strict costs us a lot of money. Enforcing protocol, because not many are doing it in the city. In fact, the city of Davao just came out saying that they're going to strictly enforce it. I wish they had done it a long time ago. Because we have neighbor food stalls here. They'll let you in without any shield on. You don't need a QR code. It's been allowed to go on that way. So, enforcement is key, and I think enforcement would have solved this problem a long time ago, but hey, what do I know? So if you come here to the BluCab in the corner of Monteverde, expect to be greeted in a polite manner, as we all are. Our staff are told to have manners. But you will be asked to make sure that you have your face mask on. And if you don't have one, we will provide one for you. No problem. But you will be asked to have a shield, and we do sell those at 15 pesos. And we have our neighbors. I'll probably direct you there instead of selling you one. And you'll have your temperature taken. All those will be on. You'll be informed to keep your shield on and your mask anytime you come up to the counter. Make sure you have your mask on when you get up off your table. There's signs all over the place. We appreciate it if you keep your conversation minimal as possible while you're eating. Again, we don't know if you're asymptomatic. Every time you breathe out, there's the virus going. And I take it seriously. I'm the one that's put this protocol in place in here. I'm the one that enforces it, and I'm the one that makes sure that it is enforced. Why? Because I value life. And after being at ground zero in the battle for 18 months, I have no money left if any one of us gets sick. We might as well go dig a hole and crawl into it, because that's what it's going to be. All right, that's where it's at right now. So we've spent a lot of money just to keep this place open, to keep what few people we have. We've only got 3 paid staff, and the rest is family, myself, my wife, and 2 kids. And I'm very grateful for my kids. I tell you, they've really stepped up to the plate, and they enforced the protocol. So I tip my hat to my kids. They're doing pretty good, and the rest of my staff too. We had one female staff during ECQ. She had to be quarantined for, it was almost like 2 months, and so after that, she is a real enforcer now. She doesn't want to go through that again. So I don't know what's going to happen here now. We're seeing the ambulance. How I tell what's going on here, if things are not good or bad, is the amount of ambulance that leave either Magsaysay Park or this health center. 2 testing centers, just a stone throws away. And we're getting a lot more of that. I used to get 10, 12 ambulance a day. You can see them all with the white suits on, all leaving to go up to the government hospital. So that is starting to increase. So I don't know what's going to happen for September. I figure by September 15th, we may see more restrictions coming in, because the numbers, as we've been told by people working for the health department here, that the numbers are increasing. So I just wanted to put that out there. And, for any of you customers who feel that we're too strict, please by all means file a complaint with your local government. We encourage you to do so. And for those of you who have personally voiced your approval for what we do here to keep you safe, well, we thank you very much. It really means a lot right now. It's an encouragement that we really feed off right now. It doesn't happen very often. Maybe in a week we may get one person who tells us that they really appreciate what we're doing here, following the protocol. So for those ones, we remember you and we thank you very much. So why am I so strict? Because I put a high value on life. High value. Life is a gift, and I cherish it. And I cherish the lives of my wife and 2 kids and our staff. And so I'm strict. And I will continue to be strict. And if newer protocols come in, I will put them in place. And that's, like I said, we probably lose maybe between 5,000 and 8,000 a week in business because people don't want to follow the protocol. That's a lot. That's a lot of money when you're restricted to only 20% of your capacity. But I'm not taking the chance. I'm not taking the chance of anybody being infected. And also, it'll be the one time that I let my guard down and let somebody in, that the city will come in and enforce it and give me a huge fine or take my business permit. So it's not worth it. I've been fighting for 18 months to keep this place going. And so we're not letting our guard down. If anything, we have a meetings on Saturday, and we make sure that our staff, everybody's reminded of the seriousness of making sure that we enforce protocol. And so that's it. It's, my daughter, Shauna, she's, 14 years old, and she does the greeting of the customers and making sure everybody has their face shield and mask, and it takes their temperature and QR code. And it's really starting to wear on her, the attitude of people. Really starting to wear. And some people are just so ignorant and rude. I feel bad that she's got to experience that at a young age. But, it's sad because it's coming from older ones that should know better. That should be setting the example for our younger ones, but instead they're not. So it's very sad. And we can see, the closer we get to what I know to be the end of the system of things, the worse people's attitude's going to be. So we have to expect those things. Anyway, folks, I'm going to end this video. I just want to encourage you all to take this threat to human life seriously. It's no joke. You look at what happened in India. You look at what happened in Brazil. Are we that much different from India? I think they have a better health system in India than what they got here. I think they have a better. I think the world's pharmaceutical products, most of it comes from India, and they have very good health system there, but it collapsed, and you've seen the disaster there. So that's why the government here, and we obey the superior authorities, the government, when it comes to putting protocol in. If they say to shut the door, we shut the door. If they say, to open it, restrict it, it's restricted. We don't fool around in that. And there's a reason for that, because they know that if this gets loose, just like what happened in India, they'll be burning bodies in the street. Now, if you don't want that, do your part. Anywhere you go, wear your face mask. Do some social distancing. And, wear your face shield where needed. We have to wear that entire get-up the whole time that we're open. From opening to closing, me, my staff, my family, we all wear that. We only ask you to wear it for 3 to 5 minutes. Then eat and then put it back and you're gone. Are we really asking that much? Is the government really asking that much? You know, you don't like to be told what to do. You know what? The government's been telling you what to do for a long time. Every time you get in your car and drive down the street, you've been told what to do, how fast to go, when to stop, when to start. But, you know, take the face mask. You know, as kids, we were told to, when we cough, to cover our mouth. Well, is a face mask any different? All this brouhaha about wearing a face mask. Well, it doesn't work. Well, grow up. Seriously, grow up and wear it. If not for yourself, have a little consideration for other people. And so that's going to be the end of this video. I'm going to ask you to have consideration for other people. Think about others before yourself. And, you know, if this had been applied and enforced, we might be done all of this a long time ago. But because of only a few that put themselves above the rest, that's why we have this problem. And I think it's going to get a lot worse. So another thing, too, is get yourself vaccinated. It'll keep you out of the hospital. It may not keep you from getting sick. I forgot to include one other thing. People coming to the front with their vaccination card. Folks, this is not the airport. That's the only place that vaccination card is good for right now, is at the airport. That's it. Until they make it mandatory to get vaccinated or mandatory to get into an establishment, the only place that card is good for is at an airport. That's it. So you still are required to have your QR code, and everything else applies to you. You can still spread it. You can still get sick. The only difference is it's going to keep you out of the hospital. That's it. And if you don't believe me, do a little research on, you know, for yourself. Education is key. So I'm going to end this. Hopefully I didn't bore your ears off with this. For some of you, you will appreciate the heads up. For others, they need a little bit of more time, and hopefully they don't have to experience, they don't have a nasty experience from this. And that's what everybody's trying to do with, you know, these protocols, stop you from having a bad experience, and maybe even keep you from being in the grave. So these are grave times, serious times. So again, have consideration for one another, wear your shield, mask, social space, limit your conversation if you're inside a club. If you go into a place, make sure the ventilation is very good. If not, don't spend a lot of time in there. Get in, get what you want, and get out. That's a lot of things. It hasn't been really pushed on. Ventilation is key. That's why I'm very grateful that we have the ventilation here. I think it's preserved our health so far. All right, folks. BluCab, over and out. Thanks for your time. Bye.